morning, your majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. And I have a scary story for you guys today. But before I get into today's video, I want to give a huge birthday shout out to one of my favorite #1 subscribers, Erica Mez. Happy birthday, Erica. I love you so much. And I hope you're having the best birthday ever. You're my #1 favorite person in the entire world. And I just love you so much. And I just hope you're having the best day ever. So, I do have a scary story for you guys. So this one's called The Spider's Lair. Okay. And it goes, in the scheduled village of Dustmire, nestled at the edge of a vast and ancient forest, there existed a chilling tale passed down through generations. The story spoke of a monstrous spider that lurked deep within the woods, weaving its massive webs between the trees. The villagers claimed that the spider lured unexpected souls into its lair with promises of unimaginable treasure, only to ensnare them in its deadly web and drain them of their blood. Most villagers avoided the forest, weary of ominous legend, but there were always those who believed they could outsmart the ancient creature. Clara, determined and fearless girl, had heard the tales of the spider since she was a child. Her family was struggling. Her father, once a proud farmer, was now too sick to work, and their chops had failed for the 3rd year in a row. Desperation gnawed at Claire's heart, and she watched her mother fret over their dwindling supplies. The promise of treasure hidden deep within the forest was too tempting to ignore. It could be the answer to their prayers, the salvation her family desperately needed. Armed with nothing but a flickering lantern and her father's old hunting knife, Claire made up her mind to venture into the forest. She was determined to find the spider's... Hi, Mika! She was... She was determined to find the spider's lair, retrieve the treasure, and return before dawn. As she entered the woods, the air grew colder. Be careful, Mika. As she entered the woods, the air grew colder, and the trees seemed to close in, around her, their gnarled branches twisting like the fingers of some ancient malevolent entity. The deeper Clara ventured, the darker the forest became. The light from her lantern struggled to penetrate the thick fog that clung to the ground like a shroud. Every rustle in the underbrush, every snap of a twig sent a shiver down her spine. But she pressed on, driven by the thought of her family's suffering. The stories of the spider's victims whispered in the back of her mind, but she pushed them aside, focusing on the task at hand. What other dog is... Oh my, she's so funny. Did I just get a notification? Uh-oh. Okay. But she pushed aside, focusing on the victim's task at hand. After what felt like hours of walking, Clara finally stumbled upon the clearing. The moonlight filtered through the canopy above, casting an eerie glow on the scene before her. There, between 2 towering trees, was the spider's web, a massive a massive and straight structure that glistened like silver in the moonlight. The web was as wide as a house, its threads thick and sticky, stretching from one tree to the other. At the center of the web lay a pile of bones and tattered clothes, the grim remains of the spider's previous victims. Good grief. Okay. Um, Claire's breath caught in her throat as she approached the web, her lantern casting long dancing across the clearing. Her heart pounded in her chest, but she steeled herself, determined to find the treasure that the stories had promised. Just as she took another step forward, the ground beneath her feet suddenly gave way. Clara screamed as she plummeted into a hidden pit, her lantern slipping from her grasp and shattering on the ground below. She landed with a thud. The wind knocked out of her as she found herself tangled in the sticky, suffocating web. The more she struggled, the tighter the web became. Oh my gosh. Wrapping around her limbs and chest like a constricting snake. Panic surged through her as she realized the truth. There was no treasure, only a trap set by the monstrous spider to lure its prey. Jeez, man. From the shadows, the spiders emerged. The spider emerged, its massive hairy legs clicking against the ground as it approached. Its body was the size of a horse, covered in thick black bristles, and its eyes 8 gleaming orbs reflected the dim light of the moon. The spider's fangs, sharp and glistening with venom, protruded from its grotesque mouth as it slowly descended upon Claire, hunger burning in its eyes. Claire's mind raced as the spider loomed over her. Its fangs inched from her face in a last desperate effort. She reached for her father's knife, her fingers fumbling to free it from the sheath at her waist. With a fierce cry, she plunged the blade into the spider's soft underbelly. The creature let out a defeating screech, its legs flailing as it recoiled in pain. Oh, dang. Huh. Greenish blood oozed from the wound, dripping onto the web below. The spider retreated into the shadows, its screeches echoing through the forest as it disappeared from the sight. For a moment, Claire thought she had won, that she had driven the creature away. But as she lay there, tangled in the web, she realized the horrible truth. She was too weak to free herself, and the spider was mercilessly waiting for its prey to succumb to exhaustion. The forest felt silent once more, the only sound faint rustling of the web as it tightened around her. Claire's strength ebbed away with each passing minute, her vision growing dim as the cold night air settled over the clearing. The stories had been true, the stories had been true. There was no treasure, only a deadly snare that had claimed countless lives before hers. As the first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, Claire's breath grew shallow. She knew she wouldn't last much longer. The last thing she saw before darkness claimed her was the glimmer of the spider's eyes, watching her from the shadows, waiting patiently for her to succumb. Succumb? The forest would soon claim another victim, and the web would be ready for the next unfortunate soul drawn by the promise of riches. And so the legend of the spider lair continued, a tale of greed and doom whispered by the villagers to warn others from venturing into the cursed woods. What do you guys think of that story? Holy crap. These stories I read to you guys are like, what the heck? Like, I'm like, what am I reading? But you know what? I love learning stuff from you guys. No, I love learning new scary stories, not stuff from you guys. What am I talking about? Anyway, okay, that's gonna be it for today's video. Oh, I forgot to update you guys on how my procedure went. The first procedure didn't work for me, so I'm having another procedure in 3 days. This time I can't drink coffee, which is unfortunate, but that's okay. But I will let you guys know how that procedure goes next week or the week after. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm having another procedure. So I will have some videos for you guys pre-recorded in case I can't film because, you know, my back. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart. And the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I will see you guys on Wednesday's video because I'm uploading Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And happy birthday, Erica Mez. I love you so much, baby girl. And I hope you're having the best birthday ever. Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah. And I will see you guys Wednesday. Okay, bye. Mwah.